ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಖ್ಯಾತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂವಹನಕಾರರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಜು ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲನ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಷಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಉಳಿದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅರಿವು ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲನ್ ಅವರು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಖ್ಯಾತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಮೂಲ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲೇ ವ್ಯಾಸಂಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಪದವಿ, ಸ್ನಾತಕೋತ್ತರ ಪದವಿ ಮತ್ತು PhD ಪಡೆದು ಹಲವಾರು ಖ್ಯಾತ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ UR ರಾವ್ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವರು ಇಸ್ರೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮಾಜಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಹಾಗೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿದ್ದಂಥವರು. ಅವರು ಸಹ BSc ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು PCM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಆನಂತರ MSc ಅನ್ನು ಭೌತಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಖ್ಯಾತ ಬಾಹ್ಯಾಕಾಶ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಹ್ಯಾಕಾಶ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಿತಾಮಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾರಾಭಾಯಿ ಅವರ ಕೆಳಗೆ PhD ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಅಂಶ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಉನ್ನತ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ವ್ಯಾಸಂಗ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಾವಕಾಶ ಮತ್ತು ಉನ್ನತ ಹುದ್ದೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಜು ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲನ್ will be speaking on career opportunities in the field of science today. Before beginning his talk, let me give a brief overview of his achievements. Dr. Biju is a well-known national award-winning science communicator and columnist. In fact, ನಾವು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಗೆ 2022ರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಬಂತು. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಜು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಸಾಧನೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಸಂದಿತ್ತು. He is the first PhD holder in science communication from the prestigious CSIR NISPR. He regularly writes for various national level science magazines and newspapers like Science Reporters, Science India, Shastra, SciTech, Pioneer, etc. He is also involved with various science popularization programs of the government. He has over 20 years of experience in extension activities and science communication activities. The last 10 years, he has coordinated 5 international and nearly 50 national seminars supported by various international and national agencies, including DST, KRS, CSTE, EMBO, etc. During the COVID-19 lockdown period, he conducted 60 international webinars in which many scientists of international repute and participated, and participants from more than 10 countries participated in these webinars. He had also associated with science programs of Radio MacFast 90.4, Community FM Radio, etc. He did the weekly bilingual science program in Science Scope in Radio MacFast. He also associated with Science Talk program of All India Radio, New Delhi. He has also done science program on television channels like Media One and India Science. He headed the postgraduate research department of the School of Bioscience, Tiruvalla, for 6 years. He has nearly 21 years of experience in teaching and research. He also has worked as in many other capacities He is associated with Vigyan Prasad, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, as a science communicator, and with the National Institute of Advanced Studies in Bangalore. He is an adjunct faculty and he has held many posts and positions. With this very brief background, I request Dr. Biju Dharmapalan to take over and deliver his talk. Doctor, over to you for your presentation.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your nice introduction, and thanks, KSTA, for inviting me for this lecture. So I think there are no more than 30 students here. So all of the students are from higher secondary or degree level, right?
Plus two. Some many have joined on
So
YouTube also. Some find it difficult
okay,
to
plus
join on Cisco WebEx. There are many on
okay,
YouTube channels.
okay, oh, okay, sir. Okay, okay, okay. So without losing much time, I will just straight away go to my presentation.
Okay.
Just a minute. So my PPT is visible.
It is visible, Doctor.
Okay. So, hi friends. I hope all of you can understand English, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me in Kannada. But I will be it will be difficult for me to explain you in Kannada, but I can understand little bit Kannada. So you can ask me questions later if you have any questions on that. So you're all in the school level, and I don't know how many of you have thought about your future career. Whether you are, I think now you are enjoying your life with the support of your parents. Parents will give you everything, right? But after a few years, uh, parents don't support you. You have to stand in on your leg itself. Nobody will support, so it is always better to start thinking about your future while you are in your school level itself. Uh, Dr. Ramesh has mentioned about a lot of things about me, but when I look back about my life, I often tell my students that what I am today is because of the result of my school education. So I had a clear plan of action when I was in the uh, 10th standard. Suppose somebody asked me, what would you like to become? um, Two answers were clear cut. I don't want to become a doctor. I don't want to become a engineer. It is not that I am not qualified. I am not. I don't have the ability for these two professions, but somehow, because all my cousins and in my family, most of them, 90% of them are either doctors or engineers, and in that way, I was also not very much interested to go in that line. But I had a small interest, uh, even in my school days, towards the plant science. And how it came, I don't know. It may be an innate thing, because whenever I was traveling along with my parents, I used to ask lot of questions about plants. And since my father is a agriculture graduate, he can explain me lot of things about plants. So that may be one reason which made me draw towards the plants. So in school days, my one answer was, I don't want to become a doctor and engineer, but I want to study something else. At that point of time, I used to tell that, okay, I want to study agriculture, because my father is my role model. So father is agriculture, so I want also become a agriculture graduate. But after my higher secondary, I was in the pre-degree, pre-university level. So after that, I found that there is some course known as botany is there. The pure biological science courses are there. So I was little bit what you call my aspiration, and my interest was drawn towards botany. So soon after my plus two or pre university, I decided that okay, I will join for BSc botany rather than trying for at that time there was no NEET and NEET exam, but we can try for the state entrance and national entrance, and we can go for these things. But I decided no, I don't want to go, so I decided to uh, go for BSc botany. And suppose somebody asks me whether it was a right decision, or whether is it my own decision, I will say it is my decision. My parents told me, okay, whatever you want to do, you do it. But they have given some as like any other parents, they also wanted their son to be a doctor or an engineer in some professional courses. But they were not objecting to my interest. Okay, you have that interest, you go to this course. And I joined for this botany, and I don't have any regret, because after that I did. Then I started changing my domain in MSc. When it came, okay, I was again interested in botany, but I little bit interested in biotech also. So I took MSc with biotechnology specialization. Then I realized that okay, there is some way, there is connecting link is the chemistry. So I want to study more about chemical aspects of biology. So for my MPhil, I took biochemistry. Uh, but after all these things, I was in teaching field. Then, as Dr. Ramesh has mentioned, I have been starting writing for many newspapers and magazines. It's a slow process. It started in 2000, and I became an established, or somebody who can recognize me. It was in, I think, maybe 2007 or 2008, people started recognizing me as a science writer or a science communicator. So it was a long process. But still, for my PhD, again, I thought, okay, I have to be different. So I joined for a, PhD in National Institute of Science Communication Policy Research in New Delhi, where my PhD was in Science Communication and Policy Research. So it was entirely what you call a different domain. So I didn't follow any of these things. It is my decision. But I know many of you have been very much stressed how to do this thing, whether to obey parents, student, friends. Sometimes friends also influence your career, right? uh, so what are the main options available? So mostly all the high, plus two school students in general, they have only these two things: either you qualify JE or NEET, right? And if you don't qualify, then it is the end of the life. That is what you feel. Many people are feeling that. See, medicine and engineering, I am not against all these things. It is good. If you have a genuine interest in medicine and engineering, we need good people. But you should not follow the stream, like somebody is saying that okay, it is good. No, if you have a talent, if you have a passion, then of course you should join for professional courses like medicine and engineering. I'm not against it. But if you don't have a passion, you try to identify whether you can have a life beyond this engineering and medicine, right? So you are, there's a what you call exciting field of science that is waiting for you, right? You in school level, you study lot of science. You study biology, you study physics, chemistry, mathematics, everything you study. And out of these different branches, what you say, something may be interesting for you. See, I told you, my background was in botany. But it doesn't mean that I should study only botany. Initially, my thought was like that. See, when you see this image, see, this is nature. If you want to study this nature, it is in botany or zoology is not enough. You have to have an understanding about physics. You have to have an understanding about chemistry, mathematics, of course. Then you have to know geology, right? You have to know what do you call atmospheric science, right? So it's a complicated work. So you don't think that if you have interest in one particular subject, that particular subject will drive you. No, with that focus on a particular subject, you have to move forward. See, in the recently we have got successful in our lunar mission and our solar mission, right? So who should be given credit for this? Of course, our space engineers are there. So the space engineers comes to the limelight. But you should understand that behind the success of this lunar and solar mission, there are thousands of scientists and or scientific staff. Not only scientists, there are technical staff, there are mm, um, office staff. Uh, See, lot of people are working behind the success. Physics is needed, chemistry is needed. So when you have a space mission, you should have biology should be there. So all these subjects are there in the background of the success of these missions, though in newspaper you see only the space engineers, right? So when you trace the roots of history of science, you will find that since the time of human origin, we can say science has evolved. The mentioning of science is there in every civilization, in every religious text, right? Each country will say that we are the what you call um, uh, masters of a particular technology. It is not like that. In every country or any every earlier it was not a like a country like this, right? It is not a geopolitical borders were not defined as it is today. So maybe in different parts of the continent, there were people who were scholars, but initially, if you look at the history, you will find that most of these science people were located with the identified with the priest community in all civilizations,
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Slides are not changing. Please
not
make it
changing.
full screen. Yeah, yes. Slide 2 you can give, sir.
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
It was
moving.
visible, but it was on the first slide only till now.
Okay, so now this is moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is moving.
So I will not make full screen. I will show like this. Is it okay?
Uh, Fine, sir.
Because I don't know if I make now I have made it full screen.
Okay,
Is it
sir.
moving?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so I think this WebEx has some issue.
Right.
Now your this slide is visible, right?
Yes, sir. This slide is visible. Galileo Galilei.
This it has changed now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I shall go with like this. When I make it full screen, it is not visible. Some issue is there.
I think you can stop share and once again try to reshare. It will be fine then.
Okay, there is no issue. I will try. I will try. First slide is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second. Now it is moving.
Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir.
So that I don't know what is the issue. Is it moving?
No, sir. Click on the
Then I
slide, sir.
will click on this slideshow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a slideshow only.
I think one more presentation is open there. Just click tab
Oh,
in your system, sir.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, now is it moving?
Now it's in the first slide, sir.
No, now okay. What is the issue? Just sorry, students. I'll just
Sir, if possible, is it possible to share the PDF? PDF format of that.
Uh,
So
okay,
it will come
okay,
fine,
okay.
I think. Then
Okay, let me try once more.
okay, sir.
Otherwise, I will convert it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Now, is it moving? Is it changing? Hello, hello, sir. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, sir, please.
Is it changing now?
Not, sir. The PPT is not visible, sir.
Yeah, just to be online. I'm trying once more. First slide is visible.
Not, sir. PPT is already not visible, sir.
Hello.
You
Not
have
visible,
not
sir.
shared any file, sir, now.
Okay, I don't know what. Huh? Okay, but in my case, it is showing.
Now coming, sir. Now it's about to share. It's initializing, I think.
Okay. So
Sorry
what
for
you
the
are telling?
inconvenience.
Okay, so you are telling that I should convert it into PDF.
Yes, sir. Now it's about to share. Just a minute, sir. We will wait for it. If it comes properly, then we will continue.
Okay. Just
Yes, sir. The presentation is coming now.
it is coming.
The slideshow it has not taken, sir, but presentation is visible.
And now is it full screen?
No, sir.
I don't know what. So without full screen, are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shall I go with that thing? If it is visible to you?
Is it not possible to convert it to PDF, sir? Just
Okay. That also I can try.
or otherwise, what you can do, sir? Stop sharing once again. When you open your, when you click on that share option, no, then you have to
Okay.
select that presentation. I think by that will resolve all the issues. Otherwise, we'll try this PDF, sir, first.
Okay, let me. When you share, you are telling application. Application window. Is it visible?
No visible, sir.
Visible, sir, but it has not come to full screen. The same issue.
It is moving.
It is not moving, sir.
Okay, so I don't know what's the issue. So shall I speak without PPT, or
No,
I
no,
should
no, sir.
try?
Is it not possible to share that same PDF file, sir?
Just that also I'm trying. Just save it as PDF. Okay. So now I have shared a PDF. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's fine, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Is it moving?
Moving, sir.
Okay, thank you.
That left side, all tools you can close, sir. That part. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Now you
Okay.
can. Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, students, what I was been trying to convey you is it is not the NEET or JEE or medicine or engineering that makes a successful career. There are a lot of other options. As I have cited my own example, I took my decision to study plant science, and after studying plant science, I was a little bit interested in biotech, so I chosen a path like that. And after that, again, I realized that to understand life science or biology, you need chemistry. Then my interest shifted to biochemistry, and after that, I realized the importance of communication. So I did my PhD in science communication. So all throughout my career or my life, the decision to pursue a particular subject or career was my own, and it was not decided by my parent, either my parents or my friends or teachers, right? So in your case, most of the students have this same issue that I might have faced. You have need JE, and if you don't succeed in these things, you think that your life is gone. No, it is not like that. There is an excellent life ahead of you in science, right? See, because you know that to study science, or you have to, it's a complicated thing, right? Science means whatever is there in the nature, you are gathering that knowledge, you are studying that problems in the nature, right? You are not creating anything new in science. What scientists are doing is they are understanding the what do you call the knowledge that is concerned in the physical world, right? So but when you study science, you do it in a systematic manner. So I was citing this example of our Chandrayaan and Aditya mission, lunar and solar mission, where often in the media highlight the contribution of the space scientists, but it is not the space scientists alone who made the success of this mission. There were thousands of people working behind the scene, they from different branches: mechanical engineers, electronic engineers, even civil engineers, then physics people, chemistry people, mathematicians, biology people. So it is a see, even there are social scientists working behind the scene, right? But these things, these people never comes to the forefront. So of course, the media highlight only the space people, right? But when you go through the science history, you realize that science is as old as the human origin. The time the human civilizations have evolved, from that time onwards, humans have a curiosity to know, understand the things. So from that curiosity emerges science. And this science is there in every civilization. In Indian civilization, you take Greek civilization, Egypt, Islamic civilization. In every part, science was there. But in the earliest time, the science was in the hands of the priest community. It may be the sages, it may be the Muslim priest, it may be the Christian priest. The priestly people manage the science. But this changed with the coming of Galilei, Isaac Newton. So their discoveries are from their period, but there may be a lot of people in this. But we often consider the modern science history starts from these people. And in earlier time, people use never differentiate science into different segments. But now what you are studying, you are dissecting it into different components, right? But when you say science, if you want to study something, I will say that everything is needed. You cannot study something in isolation, right? If you want to understand science, the best part is your kitchen. Just go to your house and see how your mother is working in a kitchen. Your mother is a good researcher, right? But there is often a difference between a kitchen and research lab. The main thing is the way it is manages. In kitchen also, a lot of experiments your mother does, but based on her mood, sometimes she will make good food for you. Sometimes if she is angry, that angriness can be seen in her food preparation, right? So but when you do in the lab, that is not possible. Everything should be systematic. Whatever experiment you are doing today, tomorrow also the same result should get. So that is a systematic way. So that is the difference between a kitchen and a research lab. And as I mentioned, you cannot think of a day without science. From morning to evening, you just think whatever you are doing is a product of science. Or from your birth to death, whatever phases you are passing, that is also products of science. And today we are alive because of science. As you know, um, if science was not there, sometimes our species might have gone extinct. Our Earth may have damaged because of certain extraplanetary collisions. So these are saved because of science, right? So we cannot live without science. But sometimes science also created some negative impacts in our society, right? All the floods that is causing, environmental distraction that is causing, is also because of science. It is not because of science as per se, but the people who are managing that thing, right? Scientific concepts say, okay, if you do like this, the environment will damage. Back on great scientist Madhav Gadgil, I think he's from Karnataka only. He has proposed that the whole Western Ghats is in danger and we have to take remedial measures, but people have not taken. And that is the result you can see in many parts of Kerala and part of Karnataka. There were floods during 2018. And recently also you can see severe damages happened in Himalayan region, in Simla, in Joshimath, in Uttarakhand. So many parts of Himalaya are very sensitive because Himalaya is very young mountain. So but uh, we never take into consideration the principle or the studies that has been given by the scientific community. So science is not bad, but the people who are managing science sometimes gets bad and we face the adverse effect. So you might have heard about the Minator disease caused by mercury toxin, or endosulfan, what you call a pesticide that is sprayed in many what you call spice gardens. It is causing lot of genetic problems in people of northern Karnataka, that is bordering your Dakshin Kannada region, Mangalore region. So and you will see a lot of human animal conflict in every part of our Western Ghats, in Bandipur Wildlife Sanctuary, or you take any forest area, there will be a human animal conflict. So looking beyond, you can see that even though these things are there, but in future also science is giving lot of promises. I don't know how many of you think that in future, even without what you call marriage, you can have children. That may be possible. You can have your children as you desire. You can have your kid like the eyes of Aishwarya Rai, or tallness or beauty of Amitabh Bachchan, or any star you say, as you like, you can make your baby. So gene editing has made it possible, right? And even without any plants, tomorrow people can live. Scientists have recently identified a product, solanine, which is manufactured without the help of plants. It is manufactured in the industry. And tomorrow people scientists are thinking about building space station, right? And you may be going for your holidays, and who knows, you are sometimes your grandchildren may be scientists in Mars, or maybe in a international center in moon, we don't know, right? So these things happen in the future, and scientists are trying to build space agriculture. So lot of opportunities are there in all these fields. See, whatever we say, whatever we see it in today's environment, and whatever what we propose in the future, in every field you have enormous opportunity, because all this can be done only if there is good scientists. If there are no good scientists, nothing is going to happen, right? But all these things are needed. Space colonies are needed, because human species, if you want to save the human species, we have to go from Earth to other planets. We have to emerge as an multi-planet species. Then only the species can be saved. So this is the visualization in 2050, when scientists are telling the first space colony most probably will come up by 2030. But by 2050 you can have a full-fledged space colony. So my question to you, all of you, is are you happy about your choice of such study? Because now you are in higher secondary level, and in future you may be what do you call moving to the different directions. uh, I don't know what you might have taken your decision, but you can ask me some questions after this. So if you are happy, because I met a student in recently in a college who was studying BSc microbiology, but when I sorry, MSc microbiology, but when I interacted with him, I realized that he is not happy. Then I asked, what was your area of interest? He wanted to study computer science, but his parents compelled him to study microbiology. And he is very much stressed that he still feels that, okay, my life is gone, my passion is not in this. So such things happen. Then I directed the student, okay, now you are in MSc, you what you call, you change your perception, then everything will be okay. uh, so all these confusions are there. uh, so you have to take a decision. What is your priority in life? Immediately you want to make money. If you want make money tomorrow, science is not your subject, right? Science is for those people who have a patience, who can spend at least uh, 5 to 8 years, minimum 5, maximum 8, maybe 10, 8, yeah, 8 to 9 years, 5 to 9 years after your plus 2. It is for only those people. If you don't have time after your plus 2, okay, I want to become a millionaire after your plus 2 class, don't go for science degree. You change your track. Because if you want to become a successful person in science, it is like my policies, I will tell my students, it is slow and steady process. There is no shortcut for science, but ultimately you will become the winner if you go in a systematic manner. And if you do what they call great science, you will be the winner. It is, your salary will not in lakhs, sometimes it will be in crores, right? So there are options for that, but decision you have to take, right? Even if you take medicine or engineering, there is no 100% job guarantee, because many of the engineering students right now, hardly, I think less than 10% work in the core area. So if that is the case, what is the use of taking a professional course, right? If a student get doing BTech in engineering, he is working in as a call center boy or call center girl. So the same post is open for a BCom person or a BA person, right? So there is no job that you don't link this your degree with the job. But of course, in science, if you work for this much of years, you have a choice, right? Otherwise, I will say the job that is directly related is only medicine. Or if you have a medical degree, if you get uh, a good government job, it is good. Otherwise, nowadays, even for MBBS, people don't go for an MBBS doctor, right? Even you people, before visiting a doctor, will see how many degrees that doctor has. So again, uh, it is a difficult task. mm. And the job guarantee, I will say, even professional courses nowadays has got some difficulty. uh, in science, there are a lot of areas which you might not have heard. So you might have heard, I don't know how many of you know this scientist Savanda Pebo. He has written. He is a Nobel Prize winner, and he has written this book, Neanderthal Man in Search of Lost Genome. So when he started this research, there were no background information. Nobody was doing research like this, and people will ask why. Why you want to do study something which has been lost uh, some 3000 years ago? So what is the use? So such type of questions have come to in before Savanda Pabo, but he was not deterred by these things. He focused his attention to understand this ancient animals, or especially the ancient humans. And when he won this Nobel Prize, that is his ultimate result and his success, right? So if you have a degree in science, you have different options. One is academia, that is you do your BSc, MSc, PhD, then you become a university professor. That is one option. University professor is also high salaried job. Otherwise, you can go for industry. In industry also, science background people are needed. In Bangalore is a hub of biotech industry, right? You have Biocon, you have Sami's lab, you have I will say how many, all labs are there in Bangalore. So you have lot of opportunities in industry, pharma industry, nutraceutical industry, biotech industry. uh, and apart from that, there are certain jobs. Of course, there is a job of scientist in all the institutes. Then in scientific institutions like IIC or NCBS, there are certain what you call facility manager post, people who take care of the central instrumentation facility, people who take care about the animal house facility, and there are grants manager who manages the fund that comes. So there are a lot of non-technical vacancies related to science in all these institutions. So that is one area where many people have not explored. And another important area is the NGO. Many non-governmental organizations recruit good scientific people with good salary. Even UN, United Nations, have lot of opportunities for people with science background. So if somebody asks me whether I have to do PhD or not, I will say that it is only if you have a passion for research, do PhD. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Don't, because you will be frustrated, right? But if you do PhD, of course, you have your. It is like a license. So if you have a driving license, what is the benefit, right? If I got a driving license, but I don't know how to drive the car, I am not a perfect driver, so then it will be a danger, right? In today's world, don't take PhD for the sake of PhD, because then it is the same thing. You have a degree, but you don't know how to proceed. So there are a lot of what you call, there is high demand of science graduates, because especially after success of this Chandrayaan and so our Aditya mission, uh, the interest in basic science will increase. Even though this will not come in media, in newspapers and all these things, in real sense, we may need more number of people working in basic science courses. So there is no uncertainty. Of course, there is an uncertainty that you are, maybe some of your teachers may be saying, sometimes your friends may be saying. It is because of the way we are taught. Because most of you write exam, you study for exam purpose, right? You are not studying properly. You will mug up the things and you write everything, then you forget. You may get to first rank, but you don't know the fundamentals. So if you don't know the fundamentals, nobody is going to give a job. So that is why I told you initially, you have to study systematically and slowly, slow and steady. So some essential skills a science student needs is, of course, the strong education foundation. Curiosity and passion is very important. So this, if you have curiosity and passion, you would become a good scientist. New information should be there. Most of the cases, what you do is what we study in our textbook are outdated. And as a school student or as a plus two student, you may not bother about these things, but it is very important. Because after your plus two, when you go for a higher degree in a very good institution, there will be an entrance exam, and for that also you have to prepare. And for that, staying updated is very important. The new technologies you should learn. It is not that whatever the teacher taught you is important. You have to understand the fundamentals of at least the programming. Even a biology student who doesn't know programming skill, they should understand or they should learn the fundamentals of programming like Python, R, because these are needed for science. Then you have to utilize the what you call online resource. Sometimes you will say that okay, these things are not there in my syllabi. Okay, it may not be in your syllabus, but in today's world you cannot say that okay, since it is not there in my syllabus, I may be excused, I won't study. No, government is giving you lot of free online courses, and these certificates are very important for your job also, right? Then in science, networking is very important. I have seen in Bangalore there's an institute, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Jakkur near NCBS area, that is near GKVK, that airport road. There is an institute, JNCSR. There many school children works with the scientists, and they are what you call excellent researchers than a PhD fellow. So there is no barrier. So if a school student has got some idea, they want to work with scientists, they can work. You can interact with the scientific community. You write an email to 50 people, at least one will give you a positive reply. And in this today's world of digital thing, engaging or making network is not a difficult task, right? You just send an email or WhatsApp, right? Then there should be a communication. It is not that you study something and you don't communicate properly. You should practice effective communication, both oral and what you say, written communication. Okay, and this is also important for school children. You have to balance your screen time, right? Nowadays one major problem is most of you are always in the smartphone. It is also a handiwork of science. Science has given you smartphone, and with smartphone, science has given you lot of illnesses, mental illnesses, right? Physical illnesses, lot of issues smartphone has given through science. But it is you have to use judiciously. So you have to balance the screen time, otherwise it will affect your productivity. As told you earlier, science is not a for easygoing people. It is for people who has passion, what you call uh, passion, and also who can uh, have the high level of perseverance, because there will be what you call lot of failures will be there while in your journey in the science, and you should be resilient. You have to accept that failures and rejections, and learn from that failures, right? So today is a world of transdisciplinary learning. So the new education policy also stresses on this. So even a student who is studying biology or computer science or physics, whatever maybe, they should know the uh, at least the fundamentals of other branches, including the art subject. So it doesn't mean that science students should not learn history or literature. That is the old concept. New concept is that are also very important for a good scientist. So how should you proceed? Of course, you have to update the things, and for that, you have to read the newspapers. I don't know how many of you will read newspapers and magazine. So there are, even if you don't read anything, at least you read your Chanda Mama or Twinkle, right? Mm. There are some couple of newspapers where science is covered in a excellent manner. One is The Hindu, another is Statesman, another is Telegraph, another is your Deccan Herald. Deccan Herald has also got a good science space. So read newspapers, especially the science columns, and also you read certain popular science books. So the beauty of popular science is uh, if you read a popular science book, the concept will be clear for you, and this concept will stay with you till what you call, even see, I have forgot what my teachers taught in in their classes, but still I can remember the concept that is explained in some of the popular science books even today. So that is the beauty of popular science. You don't feel the stress of learning. So there are thousands of popular science books are there. You can read any book of your choice. So these books may be available in the library. Then there are certain popular science magazines are also there. In that, Science Reporter is a national level popular science magazine. So you have to read Science Reporter. Then Science India is another English popular science magazine. And other internationally, there are a lot of good magazines. Then there is, since you are all plus two students, I will not say you should read journals, but of course, you should understand that in science there is something known as journals and magazine. So magazine is the main focus is for the common man. For everybody should understand the concepts written in the magazine, but the journal is for the peer community. That means if I'm a biologist, I should be able to understand the biological concepts written in the journal. So there are a lot of journals, but this particular journal, Resonance, it is published by Indian Academy of Sciences. It is for the BSc students. So you please try to read these magazines, so sorry, these journals, so that you get to understand the some of the concepts in the science, and it will help in your what you call building the career. And All India Radio nowadays nobody listens, but All India Radio is a good source of information, especially the science information. And if you listen to All India Radio, you will get multi talents. One is keen listening ability. Second is your what do you say, you get the scientific information in a crisp form, so you will understand how to concise the things. Then your vocabulary will increase. So it will already will shape you properly. There is no need for any soft skill training, right? So in science, before you venture out, you identify certain people. There should be some role model. You can have your own role model. These are some of the role model I have found out. So you find out some good scientists in your locality. Many people I have shown here have either worked in IIC Bangalore or IUCA. So these are all eminent people. Uh, then of course you have to interact with the peers. Peer means the person. See, your teacher is good. I'm not saying that you should not interact with the teacher, but it is always better to interact with people who have developed a particular discovery or particular technique. So in the picture on the left, you can see Tim Hunt, and on the right, you can see Kroto. Tim Hunt got Nobel Prize in physiology and medicine. Kroto got it in chemistry. Kroto passed away a few years back. Tim Hunt He visited Kerala 2 years back. I brought him for an EMBO meeting. So there are a lot of so this is Professor Gagandeep Khan, the vaccine women lady of India. So this is the interview I had with her at All India Radio Delhi. So only if you are interested in academics, plan for a PhD degree, and if you are doing PhD, remember you should do it only in a national institute. That is, say now your question is your PhD is later. Now you are in the +2 level. After this, what to do? So after this, again you have to try for national institute for your courses, right? I will recommend you to go through uh, IIC, because IIC conducts a BSMS program, bachelor's program. So do join for try focus your attention to IIC and also ICER. Soon after +2, you write entrance exam for ICER. There are a couple of ICERs in different parts of the country. Among that, the I think Pune, Trivandrum. Trivandrum is what infrastructure wise is excellent. Pune is I think it's one of the oldest. Pune, Mohali, Kolkata, every IIT, every ICER is good. Berhampur is the latest addition, and Tirupati is also latest. And there are a lot of national institute in that line, so you try for that. And of course to and also if you don't get admission to IIC or ICER, then there is a nicer. Don't worry, you try for this uh, central university exam for your BSc. And if you get central university, do your undergraduation in the central university. The priority is like this: first national institute, then central university, then state university, then comes the private. This is my this grading I used to give. The first priority always should be the national institute, right? So there will be entrance exam. So in exam, it is again somebody will win and somebody will lose the exam. Don't bother about it, right? So these things I have already discussed. So you have to enrich your curriculum with this. So since you are +2 students, what you have to focus is even during your studies, wherever you get some what you call science related options like essay writing competition or model building or science fairs, wherever possible you try to attend and present yourself. Then automatically you will develop, right? It is your own. It's not like I am telling you should grow like this. No, you make your own way. You make a individuality. Somebody sees you, they have to identify, oh, that X is excellent boy, or the Y is excellent girl, she has this capacity. Like that people should identify you. uh, there are a lot of options. The government is supporting a lot of fund for this. And if you join for this thing, BSc, during BSc there is a summer fellowship offered by national science academies. We have three science academies: Indian Academy of Sciences Bangalore, Indian National Science Academy Delhi, and the National Academy of Sciences Allahabad or Prayagraj. So you can, if you qualify this, you can go to a reputed lab and you can work for 2 months with a good amount of fellowship. You will get money. It's not 2 months you get savable money. Apart from that, they will take care of your TA, and in some institution they give you free accommodation, food, everything. Right? Then okay, National Science Children's Congress also you have to attend. Then there is some one function known as India International Science Festival. This is fully free for you. You just register it. Government will give you what you call train fare, food, accommodation, everything. So next year's venue has not come. You please check in the IISF regularly. You will find where the next venue is. Then in CSIR, there is an award for the school children, because school children means you have great number of ideas, and in scientific community they lack ideas, right? So they need new ideas, and this new ideas comes only from bright children like queue. So that is why there are a lot of awards, CSIR award, Inspire Manak award, right? Then there is an Inspire program for the school children who score high marks. Uh, so there is an Olympiad organized by Homeo Baba Center for Science Education, Bangalore. So you try to make maximum presence in the scientific field, then you will be successful. If you want to study abroad, say I won't recommend students to leave India, because our country is growing. In our country we have international facilities. Many students who have gone abroad of mine, they used to tell that our facilities are better, because our library facilities, because here everything government gives free of cost, but when you go to other countries, even to get a research paper they have to pay. Nothing is free there. So we have good infrastructure and facilities. So before, there is no need of going abroad. Of course you should go and see what is there, but always your nation should be the first priority. But even if you have a dream, think twice, because now you might have read about the issues that is going on in Canada, UK, in many countries. See, when you move to another country, we are a refuge like any other one. uh, our country gives you respect, so that respect you can't expect from a foreign nation, right? But of course you can try for some scholarship provided by the government of India, and also some reputed international scholarships for doing studies abroad. So likewise you can do, but don't go through these private agencies. That is, don't fall into the trap. Okay, so now it's a time you decide whether you have to move to BSc, or you want to study science, where to study science, how to study science. All these things you decide. Today is the world of artificial intelligence, and I don't know, in future, now itself artificial intelligence can do experiments. So sometimes in future, if there are no scientists, AI will be doing all these things, and that will be a great problem for humanity if AI dominates humanity. So that should not be there, right? uh, Chat GTP, everything is there. Using AI, you can, I think, you can even duplicate your parents, right? uh, and because I have seen some yeah, photos of some students used to give some profile pictures modified by AI in recent times. So I think it can do everything, but don't fall in the trap of that thing. You use your brain. Success in science is a journey that requires dedication, hard work, and a genuine passion for discovery. In this digital age, you get a wealth of tools and resources, but it is how you leverage them that ultimately determines your success. So, job opportunities, of course, now you need not worry. You just study your degree, because after plus 2, soon after plus 2, don't expect any job. Of course, jobs are there for those people. After plus 2, if you want any job, you please refer Employment News, published by India. In that, there are vacancies with plus 2 degree, everything is there. But if you want some high profile jobs, you look at the career portion of Nature, Science Journal, these journals, and these are a couple of even in current science journal, in the last part there is a job link. But remember, don't bother too much about job. You study well, because as Yuval Noah Harari has mentioned, many jobs may disappear by 2050, right? uh, it's a good he has written a book known as 21 problems for the 21st century. In this he has given the statement with a valid example. So if you just reverse your life, just look back to 10 years or 15 years, you will find that many companies or many shops that you saw when you were in the child has gone, right? So opportunities will emerge, new opportunities will emerge, and old will change. So during my childhood days, there were a lot of typewriting institutes they teach how to the typewriting machine, ASDF, LKJ, like that. But now that is not there. With laptop, that is not needed, right? So computer has taken the role of this typewriting. Similarly, there was translators who used to earn much when some conferences was organized, and nowadays that is not needed. AI will do the translation. Even when I speak, there are AI softwares that can simultaneously they can convert my speech into Kannada. Of course, there will be some errors in that also, but still that is possible. So there are a lot of opportunities available in this world. So you just have to look into that. If you are not at all interested in active science, if you are not at all interested in active engineering or nothing, or medicine, you leave. You just then you start preparing for civil service exam. You take any degree of your choice and focus on civil service. You write focus for Indian Forest Service exam. Then you can study in this institute, Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy, Dehradun, or you focus on IAS. Then you can study in this particular institute. This is Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration in Missouri. It's a nice campus with you can see the snow-capped mountains from your bedroom, hostel room. So there are a lot of opportunities. You explore that thing, as Abdul Kalam has mentioned. Even if you have a talent to become to create something, you can become a corporate. You can make say most of these corporate people. You should read the life of Elon Musk. He was not a good boy. He was not a what you call the studious boy or something like that. But now he is a multi-billionaire, right? Without any backup, he with simply with his crazy ideas, he built his empire. Now he is dreaming of setting the space colony and making money out of it. Lot of things, and there is another scientist, biologist, Craig Venter. He is also a what you call a crazy scientist. You will say maverick scientist, mad scientist. They have a lot of ideas. So, but these ideas, people will say it is crazy or mad, but it has got a lot of application. So, you can become a job generator rather than job seeker. Government is also giving you support, but these things always you look after your graduation. First, you do a graduation, then you uh, pursue this. So finally, I will like to say once again, I will recommend you, you break the barriers in science, then you become a great person. Many people who have become successful in science are those who have broken this barrier. So among many people, I like the contribution this person, Obaid Siddi, a late professor. He was the founder director of NCBS Bangalore. Why I like him was he started his career as an classical plant anatomist, a botanist, or that too an anatomy, a dry subject. But when he, after establishing NCBS, he has risen to the level of an what you call neurobiologist. See, so education or learning is a continuous process. If obesity can learn or make such a drastic change in his career, we can also do it. So learning and learning process is very important in science. This is what Alvin Toffler, the famous literary figure, has mentioned. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So that is the success of success that makes the success. So uh, I will be happy if at least from this group 10 join in the scientific field, because if there are no scientists in this world, the world will be total chaos, because we need good scientists. Scientist or science is a property of humanity. It is not for India, it is not for Pakistan, it is not for Bangladesh, it is not for America. Whatever is happening, it is for the whole humanity, right? So even if India makes a new discovery, the fruits of that new discovery will be enjoyed by the people in our neighboring countries. It is not that only we will do it. So science is for the whole humanity, as Louis Pasteur has mentioned. So enjoy science. So I'll stop my presentation. I also had a lot of inspiration. This is one of my professor, late Matthew Koshi, who advised me to read popular science book. Who is a great teacher, and my satisfaction. Many of my students, uh, I could mold many students, and many students are working in many places across the globe. And one of my student was a Fulbright scholar, Dr. Veda. She is working in IRA, and another student, Aishwarya, Dr. Aishwarya. She was the Marie Curie Fellow in 2019. Marie Curie Fellow is the highest paid fellowship in crore. You will get in crore, money in crore. So now she is enjoying her life in Europe. So there are a lot of students. I think almost. I will say okay. So I was part of their life. I could so some 30 plus students have done PhD, not under me, but I could, because I guided them to pursue science, and they are in science doing good work. Dr. Francis, he is a scientist in Sri Chitra Institute, a DST Institute in Trivandrum. So many people are there. So science is, you should study science, or you should go for professional courses. But more than that, you should always learn to enjoy life and live peacefully. Don't fight with each other. There is no need for a unhealthy competition, or these things. Enjoy, love each other, live peacefully in this planet. So with this, I will stop my presentation. Thanks for patience. If you have any doubt, you can ask now, or you can take my email and phone number. You can contact me anytime. Just message me that you are a participant of this KSTA webinar. I will be glad to interact with you anytime, but preferably before 9:30 p.m. So after 9:30 p.m., I also take a break from this as a culture. So by 9 p.m., I will be glad to answer your queries. So with this, I thank the organizer for this unique opportunity, and I would be happy to answer your some questions. If I know the questions, I will uh, answer it. Otherwise, I will mail you later. That is what I can suggest you. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for wonderful presentation on career opportunities in science stream. And there are very few questions. I request all the students or teachers who are with us now, they can ask the question.
Ramesh sir, excuse me.
Yes, tell me.
One
One
student
question is
what
there
he asked
regarding
one question.
agri-biotechnology.
What sir?
Can you please tell me that after selecting the completing agri biotechnology,
Yeah.
what are job opportunities?
Agri biotechnology. Okay. Agri biotech. I will suggest. Is it for agricultural college the student is looking for, or is it in some normal colleges?
No, sir.
See, agriculture. So to see, when I'll make it clear. See, any course related to agriculture, a student should select only if it is recognized by ICAR. Don't take a college which is not supported by ICAR, because that will have some problem in your future. This thing, and the options for an agri biotech student. See, biotechnology is a fancy term. Many people will say biotech, they will link everything with biotech. It is true that there are a lot of opportunities, but the students should remember that even what you say, a biogas plant comes under biotech. An industry working with biogas plant is also biotech. An industry working in plant tissue culture is also biotech. An industry working with nutraceutical is also biotech. Then most of the students will have a craze for this transgenic plants and gene edited plants and all these things. That is also biotech, but that fancy you should not make, because as a person, you when after your BSc or MSc, when you venture into this sector, you will be working in the field. Don't think that always biotech people, the feeling is that they will sit in the sophisticated AC rooms and work. It is not like that. Even if you work in biocon, sometimes you have to work in the plant. The situation may not be so good. You have to work in harsh environment, right? So I don't, if the student can tell me in which aspect you are asking, the opportunities are enormous. I won't say these are the areas where a biotech student can work. There are a lot of industries working in this field. But remember, in if you want to be in academics, as I mentioned earlier, and one route is academics. That is, you be a professor or a scientist. For that, PhD is essential. Don't shy away from doing PhD. If you're going for industry, of course, after BSc, straight away go for industry. Don't wait for this PhD and all these things. I think I have answered, or if it is more clarity is needed, the student can ask me. Is it clear? Hello?
Umesh sir,
Hello?
1 minute, sir, 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it clear,
Thank you
sir?
very much, sir.
Oh, okay, okay.
If there are any other questions,
Doctor,
request
thank you very
students or
much.
teachers too.
Dr. Biju, thank you very much for a very insightful and informative talk. I'm sure students will certainly appreciate the way you presented, and they will have come to know about the various avenues after doing science. So it was a very, very informative talk. They have a lot of take-home message from your talk. On behalf of Karnataka Science and Technology Academy and all the participants, would like to thank you immensely for this talk and for making it convenient to be here online for this talk. And KSTA will organize such programs, webinars in future as well. We'll be inviting you for talks. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, teachers.
ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಜು ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ವಿಶದವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೇಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು ಮುಂದೆ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಏನಾದರೂ ತಾವು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೇಲ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ PUC ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಅವೆನ್ಯೂ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. There is I think one question.
Yeah, one question on aeronautical engineering. Yeah, I've seen. See, aeronautical engineering has got good scope in a way like you know that nowadays in every small cities you are building airports, and the number of aircraft will also increase. So in aircraft industry also you need help of aeronautical engineer. Apart from that, aeronautical engineers can also work with our ISRO team, ISRO, and also NASA. So there are a lot of opportunities in this space related work also. So right, aeronautical engineering has got good scope in the coming era. Yes. Any other questions, students? But you have to be very careful that if you don't have any skill in mathematics, don't care any engineering topics, right? So you should have sound knowledge of mathematics. That is very important.
Doctor, once again, thank you.
Sir, one more question is there.
Yeah,
Which engineering has good scope? See, so don't go with this scope. Scope will change. That is the purpose of my presentation was also for that. You identify your skill, your passion. What metro, you see how they have made that bridges and all these things. It is the civil engineering skill. Your metro is moving. It is the skill of mechanical engineering and electronics engineer, because without electronics and communication engineers the signal won't work. So and also there are biomedical engineers are there, because when you go to hospital you need a lot of technology things or infrastructure is there. For that biomedical engineers are there. So there is nothing like scope. It is your skill and your passion. Every subject has got good scope.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಜು ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. If you study well and if you get good marks and if you have good knowledge, certainly people will prefer you. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. At this juncture, I would like to tell about Dr. Homi Baba, with the permission of Dr.
Yes.
It seems Dr. Homi Baba was sent to study engineering in the UK. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು 1 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಬೋರ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ. ಸೊ ಮುಂದೆ ಅವರು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉನ್ನತ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿ ಭಾರತದ ಅಣು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಿತಾಮಹ. ಆ ರೀತಿ if you have passion and if you want to have acquire knowledge in any field, you certainly have scope. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಂತವ್ರು ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆಂಕಿ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ 2009ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಬಂತು. ಅವರು PhD ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ PhD ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಂತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು 2 ವರ್ಷ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಇನ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ, ಉತ್ತಮ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ 2009ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಬಂತು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಆ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಗಹನವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಜು ಫಾರ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ exciting and informative talk on career opportunity in science. We would like to organize such talks in future as well. I request all of you to join every day at 4 o'clock, and an expert will come with a new subject to deliver talk. You will certainly will be benefited. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕಳೆದ ಸಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಒಂದು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಳ್ಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಫ್ ಯೂಸ್. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸಹ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ what do you see, CET and JEE problems, and it will be ready by the end of November. We'll be distributing it by first week of December to all of you. I'm sure it will help you to score better in CET or JEE or even in your pursuit in science also. So all the best for you. ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗ್ಲಿ. Doctor, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And again, all the best for the students. Keep focusing, keep trying. Life is long. Enjoy your life. All the best.